I finished taking the practice test for the MCAT and now know my baseline score. But I realized something. I'm absolutely crazy because I'm doing something no other memory person would ever do, but also no person in general will do because think about what I'm doing. I spent 5 hours taking practice tests for the MCAT, even though I'm never going to take the MCAT in real life. Then I'm going to go through the whole review book, learn all that information, to spend another 5 hours taking more practice tests to see my score improve. That's absolutely insanity because I've never actually used that in real life, right? But the reason I'm doing it is to show that memory techniques can help you pass the MCAT or any other test that you have to take for school, or just to have more success in school, life, and business. That's why I'm trying to show the power of memory techniques. And so that's why I'm really excited to actually learn the stuff from the MCAT, just to prove to people that memory techniques are the way to go to learn information. But now I want to share with you my scores I got for the test. Now, they're absolutely horrendous, okay? I did really, really bad. Believe me, I probably only knew maybe 10% of what I was reading on those tests. And so let me just cover some quick things real fast about the MCAT. So the lowest score you could get is 472. The highest score you could get is 428. Now, there's a problem out there, and that is I can't exactly convert the scores I got on the test to the actual scores because there's no official conversion equation to do that. Because what happens is, depending on the section and the difficulty of the questions you get, the test gets curved for that specific section. And so there's no way to really tell, what difficulty level I got for the questions or anything like that. And so I did my real best to actually convert my raw scores into actual scores. So, they might be right, plus or minus maybe like 2 or 3 points, okay? And, man, I'm kind of embarrassed to share this stuff because it's really sad. And so one thing I need to let you know I did about the test is, for any question I had no idea on, I didn't guess. Because if I guessed, I had the chance of getting the right answer. But that's not going to show my actual knowledge on the material, right? And so what I did was, if I came across a question I didn't know, I just put an N. Because for me, I was like, nope, don't know, so just move on. And so there's a lot of N's. There's more N's in some sections than others because, it was really bad. But yeah, so let's get started and let me just share the scores I got with you. Yeah. So for the chemical and physical foundation portion, I got 18 out of 59. Okay? So that's going to give me a baseline score of 118 for this section. And as you can tell, there's a lot of X's, as you can see. Man. Oh yeah, I should say my goal for the MCAT is to get at least 500 because that's the 50th percentile. Okay? The next area, which my best area, is the critical analysis and reasoning area. So I got 23 out of 53, which got me 121 score. And so, as you can tell, there's less X's on this page. So that section was my best. This next part is sad. Oh my god, for the biological and biochemical foundation, I got 7 out of 59. Yeah, you're that right. 7 out of 59. You see that. So I got a score of 118. As you can tell, X's for days. There are so many X's. So that was a bad section. That's like the medical part where all this, like, I guess the biology part for the most part. And the different terms that were saying, I had no idea what these terms meant. If it was like an object or describing a process. So it was like whoosh, over my head. And so the last section was a psychological, social, biological foundation. I got 20 out of 59, which gave me a baseline of 119. And so my total score was 476, which is only 4 more than the lowest score. And so, yeah, so that's where I'm starting, right there. I'm trying to at least do better. Any improvement on this, it's a win for me. But ideally, I want to get to the 500 score, maybe 510. That's a little bit ambitious because I don't know what's exactly in store to me. I haven't looked through all the material yet in that book I showed you. And so I don't know how much in depth it actually goes in because that's going to be a key because for the psychology part, they were like asking me questions about this person's theory and that person's theory. I don't know what those theories are, so I instantly skipped it because I was going to guess, I'd miss up my score. So I had no idea. And that was probably 90% of the information on that test. I got some questions right, but that's going to be a different video explaining why and how to do that. But yeah, so, it's going to take a lot of study, I believe, because there was there was only so much information they could quiz me on, right? Or test me on, I should say. It's not really a quiz. They could test me on in those practice tests. But there's probably so many more different concepts and ideas outside of what I was testing on. And so that's something that kind of, makes me a little bit anxious because I'm not sure how much I actually have to know for one subject. Because I think it's broken down to like organic chemistry, psychology, sociology, things like that. There's a book that has it. I'm not sure, but going through it, that's how I feel like it was broken down, depending on what I saw. And so yeah, so there you go. So my baseline score was 500. I wish 476. Right? Let me make sure. Yeah, 476, which is awful, but not as awful as 472. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, make sure you're following this series because depending on how everything goes, I'm gonna try to share information when I can on what I was doing, what was really hard to learn, what would be a key focus on trying to learn if you're trying to take the MCAT, and just learn information in that topic in general. Because what's gonna happen is, each section could be taken as its own class, which I guess you probably do in real life, right? You take OChem, and you're going to take psychology and things like that. So, being able to learn that material for the MCAT also applies to those different subjects. That's something, you have to realize that the MCAT covers these different subjects. So being able to learn these specific subjects for the MCAT using memory techniques, that's going to apply to a wide range of different subjects and topics. So that's what I'm really excited to actually learn, those different ideas, but then thinking, how can I apply that to other information in that subject? So yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you had a little bit of a laugh of my horrendous scores and how awful they actually are. I thought I was going to do a little bit better, but it wasn't the case. All those X's. Woo, man. So yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe to my channel for more videos on memory techniques, how to do better in school, memory challenges, updates, and much more. Also remember to click the notification bell so you know when I upload a video. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links are down below in the description. You also can check out these videos. If you want to learn all the memory techniques and learn how to apply them to all sorts of information, or if you want to start competing in memory competitions, you can check out my programs down below in the description. Look forward to my next video and get ready to get the best memory of your life.